this is the mystery CB550 rebuild. Right, so this is stuff that came with all the bike. So this is all from, I believe, David Silver. It's got David Silver on the side of the box. There is bolt kits, sump gearbox, outer engine cover bolts, kit 10 engine to frame, all the bolts for the engine to frame. This is the rocker cover top box. I've got a whole load of bolts here. What have we got here? Just assorted bolts. Sorry about that, the compressor decided to randomly turn on. Another box of smaller Allen key bolts. I have got a list of what bolts, that's down now. I've got a list of what bolts have been bought from A2 A4 Fixings Limited. There we go, so we've got a whole list of bolts there. I know there's some carb bolts as well there, so let's have an unboxing. Let's have a look. We've got a gasket set. Hopefully that's all there. Let's just have a quick look in there. Oh, looks like it's been opened, so I better check that to make sure what is and is not present. So we have got cables, bits of chrome side plates, that's exhaust, feels like it's exhaust clips, another light backs, we've got a sprocket, which is nice, miscellaneous frame parts, we've got all sorts of little bits of frame parts in there. We'll have a look at that at some point in the future. I'm not too bothered about stuff that I don't need at the moment. So that looks like it's all brake parts. Bolts. What's that? Bolts. Crikey. Various different bolts. But have a look in there. I'll put that with the bolt stuff. It all just says bolts and bolts and bolts. More cables. Got some oil lines, a brake, some tappet cover, bits, washers, clevis, flange nuts, various bits. So I know that I will need a tappet cover bits, so I'll have them out. The brake line. That just says electrics, which I'm assuming is just an oil sensor. Seals and various rubber rings. Now this I definitely need, because that has got a lot of the engine seals. Ooh, it's got valve seals as well. Excellent, that might be the whole of the set. We've got a screwdriver. And we've got all sorts of bits of electrics in here. Lights, starter solenoid, clutch tool. We'll have the clutch tool out. We've got a new chain. We have got the oil filter bolt. We have got, well, that's just a tube. That looks like it's probably the centre stand food. Some more bearings. That looks like it is the fork bearings. We won't need that at the moment. We've got another pile of stuff in here. What's that say on it? Exhaust. Don't need exhaust at the moment. We've got signals, brand new signals, left, right, indicators. So then we've got some shocks, rear shocks. We've got an oil line, carb boots, an air filter, oil filter. Yeah, so there's lots and lots and lots of bits in here. What are these? Oh, mirrors, brand new mirrors. So the guy that had it before the guy that had the guy I got it from, he spent a lot of money getting all these bits together, and then didn't do anything. I subsequently got the bike and sat on it for 11 years before I decided to do anything, but yeah, he didn't do anything, so he spent all this money on all these new bits, which is quite nice because it means that I haven't got to get all these bits. So I have gone on to various different websites over the last couple of days, looking for bearings, looking for seals. You cannot get some of the bearings anymore. I've searched and I've searched and I've searched. I in the end have resorted to buying some bearings from America, because that's the only place that I could get them. Car parts. The only place that I could get some of the bearings are in America, and a whole load of seals. So I've got a big package coming over from America at some point in the next week or so, hopefully. The American market seems to look after old Hondas a lot better than the British market. David Silver is incredibly good. I've had loads of stuff from him before, but there's a limit to what stock you can get. There's a couple of other people. There's a bloke down in Portsmouth, Oldfield, John Oldfield, I think his name is, which I found a few bits from. There are a few people, CMSNL Netherlands, you can get some bits. You always just chasing around looking for all the little bearings and stuff. You'd think the bearings would be easy to get. There's a couple of main crank bearings which I think I'm going to have to get someone to make up specially. You just can't find them anywhere. So that's been my trials and tribulations. The last couple of days I've spent hours and hours and hours on the internet looking for parts. But anyway, this hasn't been very exciting, but there's a bit of an unboxing of stuff that I will need. The seals and bits I will go through. What have we got there? Yeah, let's see what we've got in the seals. You've got to hand it to the guy. He was quite organised. He'd separated everything off. And now I can't open a simple Ziploc bag. Oh, it was open. There we go. Oh, you're probably all laughing now. God damn it. I really don't want to rip these bags open because I want to keep all this stuff together. There we go. There. Right. Where have we got? I'll just move this out of the way. Ooh. So we've got all the numbers, that's good. I'll be able to work out what all these are and where they go. That looks like a old seal. Looks like an old seal to me, but there we go. We'll see. We've got some fork seals. These are for the engine. Lots and lots of seals, lots and lots of bits, little grommets. That's quite nice. Do like a little package of grommets. Some more little seals. Looks like there's probably almost all of the engine seals, which is great. There we go. Cylinder cover. That says crankshaft piston. Final drive sprocket. Reflector base seals. Okay. More engine bits. These are shift drum, fork spindle, yeah. and some bolts. There we go, random bolts, CMSNL these are headlight stays. There we go, so some of these don't need to be out at the moment. Cylinder cover, I'll keep that out. So yeah, there we have a bit of an unboxing. That one I shan't bother at the moment. Those I will have a look at in a minute. I'll just put this away. Right, so I didn't look so stupid. I did open this before pressing record. Right, miscellaneous bolts, of which they all look like they're Honda, which is good. And it all looks like they've got part numbers, which is even better. I didn't open these silly little bags. That. So we have got lots of numbered bolts. That is grand. As I say, when I got this bike, it was in boxes, it got put in the shed and left there to be dealt with at a later date, which I'm finally getting around to doing. So that is just exciting bolts. They've all got numbers, so that is great. All from that one. Crankcase bolts. What I do want to try and find is a locating dowel, and I think I saw some in one of the boxes. So left crankcase, number 27, 28, 15, 15, more of them, number 15, so they're all labelled, that's brilliant. Yeah. All sorts of bolts, and that is cylinder head. I'm not going to bother opening all of these. Generator cover and 4 electrics, bolts for electrics. There we go. They've all got numbers on, so I know what they are. Some of them have even been written on and labelled. Anyway, thank you very much. That is another bit of the jigsaw. Cheers, bye.